Hello everybody, this is Dragonzilla here, and today I will be taking a look at another B&M History of the Daleks set. However, this one is set number 6, which is based on the 6th Dalek story called The Evil of the Daleks, starring Patrick Troughton, who played the second incarnation of the Doctor. The 7-part serial originally aired in 1967 and was unfortunately one of those programs that sadly got junked by the BBC, and only episode 2, as well as a handful of clips and screenshots, have survived and made it to the present day. But there is an animated remake that you can get on DVD, and from what I've heard, a lot of folks say that they really like the story. Me, however, I thought that it was decent, and like most Dalek stories, it starts off slow, but when we're in the Dalek city on Skaro, and you have the Emperor Dalek, that's when the serial takes off. By the way, if any of you notice I sound slightly nervous and a little bit quiet, well that's because at the time of making this video, I'm currently on vacation, so it's getting used to a new temporary environment, but I'm not going to say where I am for personal reasons. The first Dalek is the Emperor Dalek's Guard, or Dalek Emperor's Personal Guard as they're sometimes called. Now, this is a Dalek that looks interesting to me at least, despite it being a regular silver drone but with black painted on its door, and even though I love the Emperor's Guard as an adult, I was never a fan of it when I was a child, because to me the Dalek appeared to be incomplete. It was an OCD face at the time. However, after getting the Dalek Collector's set number 2 back in mid-2009 from Forbidden Planet, God I'm old, I played around with the original figure and the guard grew on me, and it became one of my all-time favourite designs for Daleks. CO have re-released this Dalek a couple of times. The first one was in 2009 in the second collector's set, like I said just now, and then it was re-released again with Patrick Troughton in the Doctor and Dalek Toys R Us twin packs for 2013 to commemorate the show's 50th anniversary, and then a year later there was a 3.75-inch pack that nobody gave two hoots for, and of course there's the B&M exclusive. Now, even though I love all three models, I will have to say that it's between the Toys R Us and B&M exclusive that I like the most. The original is fine, but its dome lights are the clear originals from the Dead Planet Daleks, where the personal guards were more an orange colour. A couple of years ago, when CO released the History of the Daleks set 3 and 4, the midsection was a light grey palish colour which, although looked nice, it made the new Dalek figures stand out, and it did admittedly look distracting when compared to the originals. Well, thankfully, that doesn't happen with the Guard and the other 60s Daleks from not only this set, but set 5, Power of the Daleks as well. The Emperor's Guard wasn't a favourite of mine as a kid, but as an adult I appreciate it a lot more. And now we come on to the second Dalek in this set, and on first glance, it looks like your generic silver Dalek, and for the most part it is, but it does have something that makes it stand out from the rest of the crowd, and that would be the pupil in its eye. Yes, the Evil of the Daleks was actually the first Dalek story to introduce Daleks with pupils in their eyes. It wasn't Day of the Daleks that many people think. I don't exactly know how many Daleks had pupils because the story itself no longer exists. With the exception of episode 2, and the animated remake doesn't help either, this Dalek is very nostalgic in the eyes of many, as it resembles the Product Enterprise Daleks that were made back in the late 90s and early to mid 2000s, because their 60s era TV series Daleks had pupils in their eyes too, as a homage to the lost story. I knew nothing about this, and I always thought that it was an error that PE made, well, at least until I saw Batman March's review on this set, and after looking into the behind the scenes origins to Evil, even though I prefer the camera lens eye of most other 60s Daleks, the pupil does make this Dalek stand out from the others. However, this Dalek unfortunately suffers from some quality control issues, such as one of the lines on the neck ring hasn't been fully painted, and I'm not sure whether or not it's my imagination, but the Dalek seems to be on a tilt. It isn't that noticeable, but when taking these pictures, I couldn't help but notice that the Dalek was tilted slightly, so I wonder if the wheels underneath weren't placed in properly, and the back of the dome appears to have a line or scratch mark on it. But those are my only complaints with the Dalek, as its appearance makes up for the QC issues, and it's great to have an updated version of an old Dalek toy from the end of the 90s and beginning of the 2000s in our collections, despite it being a 60s Dalek, you know what I mean. So, final thoughts on the B&M exclusive History of the Daleks set number 6, The Evil of the Daleks pack. Honestly, I think this is a great setup for the final Dalek story of the 1960s, and if you're a fan of both Guard and Product Enterprise Daleks, then this set will be a must-have, and they do look super with other Dalek figures from the same story that were also produced by CO, and of course the Emperor Dalek himself, if you could find him. I don't have the Emperor, or at least the 60s incarnation of the character, but apparently my friend Dalek Apocalypse owns one. He's a good friend of mine who I meet up with now and then, and he's very knowledgeable with not only Daleks but everything else related to Doctor Who, and I think he would appreciate it if you all went to watch his videos and check out his channel. Anyways, this is Dragonzilla signing out, take care and I'll see you all next time, bye for now.